Dedicated to the grind and dedicated to you. That's why we do what we do. This is Power Grind Boxing. The boxing world right now is still buzzing. Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo fight, and Oscar De La Hoya has thrown some punches of his own, and we're going to talk about his comments about the state of boxing. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the wide world of boxing, and let's talk about this thing right here. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend about Power Grind Boxing. Oscar De La Hoya. Now, when you think about Oscar De La Hoya, of course, you think about one of boxing's legends, a boxing great, right? And you also think about him being a super hater. You feel what I'm saying? Because he has some comments on Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. Now, he's a Hall of Fame fighter, and he once backed Canelo Alvarez, but he did not hold back in expressing his disappointment in Jermell Charlo. He accuses Jermell Charlo of merely showing up for a paycheck. Yeah, you heard that right, man. I'm just saying, man. Good gracious, boy. Oscar De La Hoya, he knows how to say the things that he is not supposed to say at the time that he is not supposed to say it. Do you feel what I'm saying? Okay, so you already know. I did another video. Look for that. He was talking about Canelo Alvarez, and you know, Golden Boy and Canelo Alvarez, they had some negative history. So Oscar De La Hoya, he is always wishing Canelo Alvarez the worst in life, and he was talking about Canelo Alvarez. He was saying that, yo, he moves like he's walking in quicksand, right? He was talking about that in so many different videos. You feel what I'm saying? But recently he was talking about the aftermath of Canelo Alvarez fighting Jermell Charlo. And he basically said that, yo, man, Jermell Charlo was just boxing to survive. You know, that's all he was. He was just in there. He was just in. He just showed up for a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's crazy is Golden Boy is on the decline. So Oscar De La Hoya, he is constantly talking about how people need to make big fights. We need super fights, and we need them all the time. He was just saying this. I think it was on Instagram, right? And I'm like, man, what is Oscar De La Hoya talking about? You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, he is very passionate about talking about Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. He was basically saying that, look, man, we are watching boxing die slowly. You know what I'm saying? I saw him on Instagram now. He was like, look, I'm calling out all the promoters, right? And then he started naming all the promoters. Al Heyman, Bob Arum, blah, 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 right? He was like, look, we all need to come together and make all the fights that people want to see. He was like, yo, I'm tired of fighters fighting for money. Let's fight for legacy. Fighters need to fight each other, so we got to come together. He called out Eddie Hearn. He said Al Heyman. He said Bob Arum. He said whoever else is out there too. You know what I'm saying? But let's come together. Let's meet up and let's do this. I'm like, man, De La Hoya, I understand that Golden Boy is on the decline. So now you want to scream the, hey, let's come together and work together. But when fighters were on Golden Boy, and it seemed as if, listening to the fighters now, it seems as if Golden Boy was ripping these fighters off according to certain fighters. They were saying, look, man, Golden Boy is taking my money. They're not looking out for me. Now, the example of a recent situation is Ryan Garcia. He is suing Golden Boy because he feels as if Golden Boy is not looking out for his best interest. So individuals, and when I say individuals, I mean boxers, they are constantly speaking negative about Golden Boy. Canelo Alvarez spoke negatively about Golden Boy Promotions. Look, it's not where it's at. All of these fighters are leaving Golden Boy, and they are feeling massively disgruntled and very angry with how Oscar De La Hoya does business. So I find it really crazy to hear Oscar De La Hoya is saying, yo, let's come together and let's just work together and let's make these big fights. What are you talking about? You don't even have the big names anymore. Who wants to make big fights with you? All of the big fighters left you. They don't want to deal with you because you do bad business, according to those fighters. You got what I'm saying? I've never done business with Golden Boy, so who knows? But the fighters who have done business with Golden Boy are constantly saying negative things about Golden Boy. So like I said, when Golden Boy was at the top, I never heard that, oh man, let's just work together. Let's all work together. But now that they are at the bottom, now it's, oh, let's work together. I'm just saying, one of those individuals that Oscar De La Hoya name dropped, it seems as if he is always looking out for the fighters. Every time fighters talk about the guy, they always saying, look, man, he thinking about after boxing. He trying to set me up for life. You got what I'm saying? I've never heard anything like that when it comes to Oscar De La Hoya. But him talking about Jermell Charlo just showing up for a paycheck and speaking all negative about Canelo Alvarez, it just shows you the type of individual Oscar De La Hoya is. As a promoter, he is in the negative in my mind. And from what I have seen, he is all in the negative. He is still a boxing legend. You cannot take away his achievement. I really enjoyed watching Oscar De La Hoya fight. But as a promoter, oh man, he got a lot to be desired. Do you feel what I'm saying? Now I understand that he voiced his disappointment in Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo fight, and he calling all these promoters to deliver exciting fights that the fans deserve and that the fans want. Where are these fans that he's talking about? Because most of the individuals, they're not even buying boxing. They're not supporting pay-per-view. They're not supporting that. The biggest fight happened between Errol the True Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, and it did not even reach 1 million buys. And people are supposed to be supporters of boxing, but the biggest welterweight matchup in history couldn't even get 1 million buys. Where are all these boxing fans that this guy's talking about? I really don't know. Where are the people who support boxing? What I noticed is that on, I'm on different channels, right? If I say negative things about boxers, it get a lot of attention. If I say something positive, then it gets less attention. So I don't even know where real boxing fans are at. I'm starting to believe that they are like dinosaurs. They are becoming extinct. But anyway, Oscar, I'll try to jump out of here with a powerful moment of motivation. So this is what I will say about Oscar De La Hoya. I appreciate the passionate call out for super fights. The fights that the big fights that people deserve. I really appreciate that type of thinking. Now, if it came from anybody else besides Oscar De La Hoya, I would believe it. But I don't believe what Oscar De La Hoya is saying. You got what I'm saying? But I do believe that it's essential for you to strive for excellence and give the boxing fans or give the audience what they truly want, which is the biggest fights. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the PBC is doing right now. And I'm telling you, by focusing on delivering the best, you can elevate the sport, you can elevate the business of boxing, and by focusing on the best, you can elevate yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do believe that De La Hoya's rallying cry for promoters and fighters to prioritize legacy over money can apply to various aspects of your life. So pursue greatness and leave a lasting impact in life, because that should be your driving force, not just financial gain. Now, what I will say about this boxing thing is I have never seen a man go into a movie theater and buy a movie ticket with legacy. I've never seen rent paid with legacy. I've never seen anything done with legacy. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is prize fighting. These boxers are in here for only a small amount of time. I truly believe and strongly believe that they should be focused on the bag. Now listen, if their legacy is affected in a positive way, hey, that's all good. That's cool. But listen, man, legacy does not feed children. And when these boxers are in trouble, when they are financially in shambles, no one is there to help. I can count on one hand how many fighters that I see who look as if they haven't made. I've spoken to a lot of fighters. A lot of fighters are in the gym and they are on the struggle bus. So I don't know where all of these boxing fans are. I don't know where the people who really support these fighters, because they don't really exist. So I think it's a ploy by De La Hoya. You got what I'm saying? But like I said, look, in life though, try to pursue greatness and try to leave a lasting impact, and let that positive thought process be your driving factor and your driving force in life. But understand that, look, man, you got to gain financially. You have to gain financially, because this boxing sport is a cold sport. This is a cold world, and nobody cares when you struggling. Do you feel what I'm saying? This is Power Grind Boxing. I got to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe, and just stay on the grind. You feel me?